So for those of you that are seeing me for the first time, my name is Gaius Chibweze. I happen to be the Chief Marketing Officer for Abit Network, for Abit Mobile Application Limited, aka Abit Network, a blockchain tech company that creates blockchain solutions for everyday people. So today, this event is tagged um, understanding Bitcoin, Tatcoin, and how to trade. So I have with me today as a co-speaker, Mr. Tola, who is the founder of Crypto Masterclass. Those of you who have been following our company, I believe you know that Tola is a friend of Abit Network, and he's very vast in the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency space. So we are going to be talking on my own part. I'm going to be talking about understanding crypto, Bitcoin, and Tatcoin. I'm also going to be talking about how do people profit from crypto. I'm also going to be talking about what you can do with crypto after buying it, especially as regards Tatcoin. I'm going to be talking about how to manage your risk and how to trade on Trader. So many persons that are watching this video just heard about Tatcoin, and they heard that Tatcoin is a profitable coin or crypto that is going to make them rich in the future, and they just jumped on it and they bought it without really understanding what it is. So I am going to start by explaining what cryptocurrencies are for the benefit of those who are coming in contact with cryptocurrencies for the first time. After this, I'm going to talk about how do people profit from cryptocurrencies. So for those who are just coming in contact with cryptocurrencies, I will use Bitcoin as an example of cryptocurrency. I will also make reference to Tatcoin. So cryptocurrencies are coins. When they say coins, it doesn't really mean that it's these physical coins that we know. They are digital money. Now, when we say something is digital, it means that it is something that you cannot see and you cannot touch, but it has value and it can be used for transaction. So Bitcoin, which is the first of its kind coin or cryptocurrency, was created in 2009 by a pseudonym name called Satoshi Nakamoto. When we say something is a pseudonym name, it means it might be the name of a person or people. So we don't really know if it's just one person that has that name. We don't know if it's two people that have that name, but that is the name they decide to call that is the name the founders or founder of Bitcoin decided that they are going to call themselves. And they actually decide that they are going to be anonymous. So up to today, from 2009, when Bitcoin, which is the first cryptocurrency, was created till today, nobody knows who the founder of Bitcoin is. So this has actually, in a sense, helped Bitcoin because nobody knows who the founder is, and they don't have an office where you can walk in. The government of the day have tried since 2009 to fight Bitcoin or other types of cryptocurrencies, but in the case of Bitcoin, they have not really succeeded. Which the win for Bitcoin, the persistence. If you're on my WhatsApp, if you're on my new private WhatsApp, you see I shared a screenshot. In 2005, PayPal said Bitcoin is a scam and that Bitcoin is going to die away very soon. But 3 days ago, the same PayPal created a payment gateway now where they are now accepting for their customers to buy and sell Bitcoin. Now you see that so many people that didn't really believe in Bitcoin from 2009 up till now, they are beginning to change their mind. The CEO of JP Morgan, which is one of the biggest investment banks in the United States, has also, he came out, I think it was in 2012 or thereabout, and said Bitcoin is a bubble that is going to burst, that people should not invest in it. And last year, they created the first Bitcoin hedge fund for their investors. So which means that everybody that had thought that Bitcoin is going to die, they have actually started seeing that it is not going to die and they have jumped on it. So using Bitcoin as an example, digital currencies are money that you can not see and you cannot touch, but they have value. Now, there is a consensus that gives it value. These are the people who are holding it. I use Tatcoin for example today. If all the persons that have bought Tatcoin and that have Tatcoin today decide to say they all want to sell out their Tatcoin, what is going to happen? Tatcoin is going to become useless. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. Now, the people who are holding that cryptocurrencies are the one that gives it value. So there is no central authority that gives any cryptocurrency value. The government cannot come and say the price of Bitcoin is too expensive for $15,000. Let's make it $5,000 so that our citizens can buy. The government cannot do that. Now, why can't the government do that? Because the price of Bitcoin per second is controlled by the forces of demand and supply, forces of the market, which is demand and supply. So at every given time, the people who are holding Bitcoin are the ones who determine how much they want to sell their Bitcoin. So this is what has helped Bitcoin to grow in value. Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency has succeeded because of three things. One of it is the trust the people who have in it have actually invested in it. They have invested their trust in it since 2009. Some persons, when Bitcoin was launched in 2009, believed in it from the first time they saw it, something called love at first sight. It's very easy today to believe in Bitcoin because you have seen that it has gone from 1 cent to $20,000 before, and it can still go again. But it wasn't that easy to invest in it in 2009 when it just came out. Why? Because it was something new, and because it didn't have a face. So most persons that bought Bitcoin in 2009 just invested in it as try your luck. I was opportune to come in contact with it in 2011, and all I did was let me just try. Since I have seen that it has gone from where it was at 1 cent to $35, where it is, as at when I came in contact with it, I said, okay, this might be something that is good for the future. Let me jump on it. And that was how I jumped on it. So the trust that the people holding it have in Bitcoin is what has kept it. So Bitcoin is decentralized. It is not controlled by any government, any authority, and all cryptocurrencies, all good cryptocurrencies. These days, people create cryptocurrencies that are regulated by the government. But Bitcoin, until today, Bitcoin has not been regulated, and it cannot be regulated because there is no face to it for you to go and tell the people involved and say, okay, you must do this or you must do that. So another thing again is that Bitcoin is built on the blockchain network, which makes it very transparent. Did you notice that there is something called blockchain Bitcoin hash? Now, if I send any coin to your wallet, while that coin is still on transit, you can just pick up that wallet I sent from and check where it is on transit. And you can also pick any person anywhere can check that particular transaction on the blockchain and then see where it is. So it makes it very transparent. There was a time I was supposed to travel to somewhere, and someone made a comment that he has someone that can print bank statement, influence. He has someone that can influence the figures on a bank account. Now you see that in the secular banking, one particular person, when you go to the bank to deposit, the bank takes your fiat and they just credit figures to your bank account. But in the cryptocurrency world, someone cannot edit even a comma in any transaction. Why? Because for you to do that, you will need to go around the millions of computers around the world that are processing that transaction to tamper with that one comma in all of them, which is nearly impossible for anyone to do. So that is one of the features of Bitcoin. It is built on the blockchain technology. Today, most governments of the world are beginning to adopt the blockchain technology. If America had adopted the blockchain technology in their election, all this one that Donald Trump is now saying that election was not free and fair, there won't really be any need for that, because while people are voting, everything is going to be there transparent. And he wouldn't be saying that the opposition side tried to tamper with the electoral result. Why? Because it is very, very impossible for them to do that. So another most important aspect of cryptocurrencies is that it is built on something called peer-to-peer transactions. What this peer-to-peer means is that Bitcoin does not have a central body that can say, okay, come and be buying Bitcoin from us. Today, we are going to create more. Bitcoin has an infinite supply of 21 million. Out of this 21 million, so many of it is already lost. We heard the story of a guy that had close to 100 Bitcoin in his external wallet, and he threw it away, and the waste man carried it, and till today he can't find it. So that is what that Bitcoin as of today is worth billions in some currencies in Africa. So no singular authority controls it. Now, another thing again that you also have to know is that Bitcoin cannot be created. The total supply of Bitcoin is fixed. So Bitcoin cannot be created. Even one extra Bitcoin cannot be created again. That 21 million that was created is what is going to remain until eternity, until Christ comes or whatever happens to the world. Even if the world is going to last for 1 billion years again, they cannot increase the total number of Bitcoin in circulation again. So at most, it will be that 21 million that was created. So this is what gives every good coin or cryptocurrency value, because the demand is infinite while the supply is limited. The demand is infinite while the supply is limited. The demand keeps increasing. Many of you that I can bet that if I was doing this live video in 2011, almost everyone watching this video, probably like only 1% may have heard about Bitcoin. But today, all of you have Bitcoin, or you are yet to buy your own Bitcoin. As you're coming in to buy now, you will buy from this supply, from the total number of Bitcoin that was created, but they can't create more because you're coming in to buy it. So that is one thing you need to know about Bitcoin. So everything I have said about Bitcoin also applies to Tatcoin. You know, one of the reasons, someone was always telling me on Instagram that why don't you change your name to Tatcoin Chief? And I always answer them, I say there is no Tatcoin without Bitcoin. So that's why I have maintained my brand as Bitcoin Chief. So almost everything I have said here now, except the number. So we have created Tatcoin. Abit Network actually created Tatcoin, which is, I'm coming to why do people create Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies? Why do people create cryptocurrencies? Now, the founders of Bitcoin created it to use as a settlement in their developers network. In the early years of Bitcoin, people were using it to pay themselves for work done on the blockchain. And if you notice today, there are people called miners, even though mining is very expensive. Not all these people on Instagram that send you DM that you should come and put $1,000 for them to mine and give you 3 million naira. Not those kind of miners. The real miners that are mining this cryptocurrency, those people confirm transactions. Now, those people get rewarded in Bitcoin. The Bitcoin miners get rewarded in Bitcoin. That's why you see that if you make a transaction when the transaction fee was low and the price of Bitcoin goes high, if you are not lucky, it's going to delay the confirmation. Why? Because the miners will abandon all the transactions that were placed when the fee was low, and they will start running towards the ones now that the fee has gone high so that they can also make profit. So these miners are the ones that work on the blockchain network and they get paid. So the reason why people create any coin or cryptocurrency is for it to be used as a means of settlement in their ecosystem. So why did we, Abit Network, create Tatcoin? We didn't create Tatcoin from the beginning. What we did first was create a community. So we started as African Bitcoin traders, a community whereby we bring together people that are interested in cryptocurrencies, and we trade them how to trade. We also send them trade signals. And in the first year, we got 1,000 persons that were interested. They paid us and they learned from us. In the second year, we moved to 4,000 persons or thereabout, and that was how we grew from there. So in 2019, our community became big, and we now said, okay, let us create Tatcoin so that people can use Tatcoin in our community to pay for this training. This is how we actually started, and this is how every good coin or cryptocurrency is created. So there must first be a community on ground before you go start creating a coin. You must have created what people will use that coin for. Most of you know the story of many coins like TBC and a whole lot of them that died up. Why? Because there was no community created for that coin before they started. And when there is no community created for a coin before that community started, before that coin is created, what automatically happens is that that coin gets to the market and nobody is interested in it. So we created that coin for people to be able to use it on the Abit Network ecosystem to pay for our cryptocurrency trading classes. So as the vision got bigger now, we now discovered and said, okay, that we have to create other products, which was why we introduced Abit Crowd Real Estate. We introduced Abit Go for Travel and Tourism. We introduced Abit Farm for Agriculture. So all these things that I've mentioned right now is what we also introduced staking for reward. Staking is like what the banks do that they call fixed deposit. So you come and you stake and you put your money here now and you're getting returns on investment. The only difference between staking in Tatcoin and fixed deposit is that the banks actually take this money to go do business with it. When you come put your money on fixed deposit, the bank takes it and loan to the rich people that can pay back, and those people go do business with it and they bring back reward. So Tatcoin was created after we already have use cases on ground. So this is one of the reasons why any cryptocurrency should be created. Some of you that are watching this can even have wonderful ideas that you can create your own cryptocurrency. A company called Binance launched BNB for people to be able to use to pay transaction fee on their exchange. Guess what they did first? They built their exchange and they launched their token. So now, why did they build their exchange before they launched their token? They wanted people to be able to use that token to pay for transaction fee on their platform. And as of today now, they have built a whole lot of use case, which today you can be at the airport and you can use BNB to pay for your hotel and do a whole lot of things. So that is it all for understanding crypto. So cryptocurrencies are digital money that people can use for transaction. People can use it to pay themselves. People can use it to pay themselves for work done. People can also use it as a store of value because it is always limited in supply. Bitcoin is only 21 million Bitcoin. Tatcoin is only 200 million Tatcoin. So even if this world lasts for 1 billion years and I am dead and gone, no other person can come again and create 201 million Tatcoin. It can never be created again. So that is what you should understand about cryptocurrencies.